campaign. Let's bring in Democratic Congressman Ted Lieu of California. He serves on the Judiciary and Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, give us your reaction to these late developments, significant pushback against the president by Republican leaders.
Thank you, Will, for your question. As many Americans now know, the president just makes stuff up. In this case, there's no evidence that there was a spy put into the Trump campaign, but there is a lot of evidence that what the FBI did is they ran a counterintelligence operation because they were so freaked out by what some Trump campaign associates were doing in their interactions with Russia. And the Republicans and Democrats, they have looked at this, have all said that that is appropriate, what the FBI did.
All right, let's get to some other news that we're following right now. The president, as you just heard, the breaking news, has commuted the sentence of Alice Marie Johnson. She was serving a life sentence for a nonviolent drug offense. Kim Kardashian West met with the president in the Oval Office the other day to advocate for her release. What's your reaction?
The pardon process is supposed to be based on justice and to vindicate the societal values of forgiveness and mercy. Unfortunately, the president has perverted the process, and now it seems like he's pardoning people based on their celebrity status or because a celebrity talked to him. In this case, it's pretty clear that the only reason Trump pardoned Ms. Johnson is because Kim Kardashian talked to Donald Trump about this case. That shouldn't be how it works. It shouldn't be based on which celebrities have access to the president or the wealthy or who has connections. It should be based on a process, and I urge the president to go back to the same process all previous presidents have used.
Well, some presidents in the past have averted that process of going through the Office of Pardons and Clemency over at the Justice Department, but this president clearly has done so in these first initial pardons. We've also learned, by the way, that he's assembled already the paperwork over at the White House, the legal counsel's office there, to pardon dozens of other people. Some of the pardons would be instances where he thinks the Department of Justice, that U.S. attorneys, and you're a former federal prosecutor, overstepped. Would you support these pardons moving forward?
It would depend on what those cases are and the individual facts of each case. But we know from many of the pardons he's already given, they are based on crimes over which he and his associates are being investigated, such as perjury, obstruction of justice, and making false statements. That troubles me greatly, and I hope the president doesn't send a message that he thinks these crimes are somehow okay.
I want to ask you about the former FBI Deputy Director, Andrew McCabe, who was fired, as you remember, only a few days before he was eligible for his pension. He agreed to testify at an upcoming congressional hearing on the FBI's handling of the Clinton email probe in exchange for immunity. Does this give you any cause for concern? Because why would he need immunity if he's done nothing wrong that would warrant criminal charges?
There are allegations that Andrew McCabe lied to investigators in connection with how he had information disclosed to the press that actually hurt the Hillary Clinton campaign. So I can see why he's asking for immunity, but it's important for the American people to understand this is related to Andrew McCabe, who potentially hurt the Hillary Clinton campaign. It has nothing to do with Special Counsel Mueller or any of the investigations ongoing against our current president.
I know you got to go vote. Congressman Ted Lieu, we'll continue this conversation.